The lost giants and advanced technologies of ancient civilizations. For centuries, the Pyramids of Giza have stood as awe-inspiring testaments to the capabilities of ancient civilizations. Mainstream archaeology insists that these monumental structures were built by humans using rudimentary tools and basic labor. However, what if this narrative is not entirely accurate? What if a much more complex and astonishing history lies beneath the sand, hidden from the public? Ancient texts, mysterious artifacts, and anomalous discoveries suggest that ancient Egypt was home not just to human laborers, but to giants and technologically advanced beings who wielded powers we can only dream of today. This is the story of the lost giants and the forgotten technologies of the ancients. The case for giants. Historical accounts from various cultures across the world contain striking similarities when describing an ancient race of giants. From the Bible's Nephilim to the Sumerian Anunnaki, evidence of towering beings permeates ancient lore. Many conspiracy theorists argue that these giants were not just myths but were physical beings who walked the earth alongside early humans. And these giants, standing at 10 feet or taller, played a pivotal role in the construction of ancient structures like the pyramids. Some have pointed to the Egyptian hieroglyphs that depict larger-than-life figures standing next to normal-sized humans. Could these be representations of giants? If so, their immense size and strength would explain how the massive blocks used to build the pyramids, some weighing upwards of 70 tons, were transported and placed with precision. Mainstream science dismisses these claims, but the physical evidence tells a different story. In 1900, explorer and archaeologist William Flinders Petrie uncovered a mysterious set of skeletal remains near the Great Pyramid. These bones were unusually large, with some measuring twice the size of typical human bones. Although the findings were quickly confiscated by authorities and never seen again, rumors persisted that the remains were those of ancient giants. Petrie himself is said to have written in his journals about the discovery, though those entries mysteriously disappeared after his death. Furthermore, other skeletons of giants have been found around the world, from the United States to South America and Europe. In the 1800s, the Smithsonian Institution is alleged to have received multiple reports of giant skeletal remains being found in North America, often measuring between 8 to 12 feet in height. Strangely, these bones also vanished after being collected by the Smithsonian, fueling the theory that powerful institutions are hiding the truth about our ancient past. Lost technologies of the ancients. But the theory of giants is only one piece of the puzzle. Ancient Egypt, and indeed many other ancient civilizations, were said to possess technologies that modern scientists still cannot fully comprehend. The precision with which the pyramids were constructed, for example, suggests that the builders had access to advanced knowledge that modern humans have long forgotten. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Great Pyramid is the alignment of its sides. The structure is oriented with remarkable accuracy to the cardinal points: north, south, east, and west. Not only that, but the Great Pyramid is also aligned with the geographic center of the Earth's landmass. These facts alone imply that the builders had knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and the Earth's geography far beyond what we would expect from a civilization that existed over 4,000 years ago. The question remains, how did they acquire this knowledge? Some researchers suggest that the ancient Egyptians had access to an energy source that we no longer understand. There are numerous references in Egyptian texts to a mysterious power known as Sekhmet, which was said to be the life force that powered the universe. It's possible that this energy was harnessed by the Egyptians to move the massive stones and construct their awe-inspiring structures. According to these theories, Sekhmet may have been a form of advanced technology now lost to history. There are also compelling arguments suggesting that the pyramids were not just tombs for pharaohs, but massive energy generators. Engineers and alternative historians have hypothesized that the pyramid's design resembles that of modern electrical generators, with its internal chambers and passages acting as conduits for energy. They point to the fact that the pyramid's original outer casing was made of highly polished Tura limestone, which could have acted as an insulator, while the pyramid's core blocks contain a high concentration of quartz crystal, a material known to have piezoelectric properties, which generate an electric charge under pressure. Could it be that the pyramids were once part of a global energy grid, transmitting wireless energy across the ancient world? Nikola Tesla himself speculated that the Earth could be used as a conductor for electrical energy. The idea that the pyramids were a part of such a system aligns with Tesla's vision. If the ancients possessed such knowledge, it's likely that it has been suppressed or lost over the millennia, hidden from modern humanity. The suppression of knowledge. Why would such crucial historical information be hidden from the public? To understand this, we must look at the broader pattern of knowledge suppression throughout history. Powerful institutions, be they governments, religious authorities, or scientific establishments, have a vested interest in maintaining the current narrative of history. If it were revealed that ancient civilizations were more advanced than modern society, it would upend the foundation of human progress. The implications would be enormous. It would challenge the theories of human evolution, the rise of civilization, and even the dominance of Western culture. One prominent example of knowledge suppression is the case of the Baghdad Battery, an ancient artifact that dates back to around 250 BC. The device, discovered in Iraq, consists of a clay jar with a copper cylinder and an iron rod. When filled with an acidic liquid such as vinegar, it produces an electric charge. Although dismissed by mainstream historians as a curiosity, many believe the Baghdad Battery is evidence that the ancients had access to electrical technology thousands of years before it was discovered by Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Edison. Similarly, ancient Sanskrit texts from India describe flying machines called vimanas that were said to soar across the skies using advanced propulsion systems. These texts contain detailed descriptions of how these machines were built and powered, hinting at a forgotten era when humans, or perhaps another species, traversed the Earth in vehicles that would seem futuristic even by today's standards. The role of giants and advanced beings. The idea that giants and advanced beings played a role in human history isn't limited to Egypt. Across the globe, ancient sites like Stonehenge in England, the Moai statues on Easter Island, and the megalithic temples of Malta defy conventional explanations. Many of these sites feature stones so large that even modern cranes would struggle to lift them. For instance, the trilithon stones at Baalbek in Lebanon weigh over 1,000 tons each. How were they moved and positioned with such precision? One of the most fascinating aspects of the Great Pyramid is its internal structure. Contrary to popular belief, the pyramid is not just a solid mass of stone but contains numerous hidden chambers, shafts, and passageways whose purposes remain elusive. Mainstream archaeologists have long argued that these chambers were designed for the burial of pharaohs and the storage of treasures, but recent discoveries challenge this interpretation. In 2017, using advanced scanning technology, researchers identified a previously unknown void inside the Great Pyramid, a massive, empty space that had gone undetected for thousands of years. This discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community, as it suggested that the pyramid's interior is far more complex than previously thought. While the official explanation is that this void might have been a structural feature, many conspiracy theorists argue that it could be part of a sophisticated mechanism or machine, one that once harnessed energy or functioned in ways we can no longer understand. The precise measurements and geometry of the pyramid add further intrigue. It is not just the alignment to the cardinal points that baffles researchers, but the mathematical constants embedded within the pyramid's design. For example, the pyramid's dimensions are said to encode the value of pi symbol, and the ratio of its base to its height is believed to approximate the golden ratio, phi. These mathematical principles were supposedly unknown to ancient civilizations, raising the question, where did the Egyptians obtain this knowledge? Some alternative historians suggest that the pyramid's builders may have been privy to knowledge passed down from an even older, forgotten civilization. Could it be that the Great Pyramid was a repository of ancient wisdom, preserved for future generations? If so, its true purpose may have been much more than just a tomb. It could have been a monument to lost technologies, designed to communicate complex mathematical and astronomical principles to those who came after. Ley lines, earth grids, and the pyramid's placement. The positioning of the pyramids also suggests that the builders were aware of Earth's energetic properties in a way that modern science has yet to fully comprehend. Some researchers argue that the Great Pyramid is strategically located at the intersection of powerful ley lines, natural energy channels that crisscross the planet. According to this theory, ancient cultures built their monuments along these lines to tap into the Earth's energy field, creating a network of power centers. Supporters of this theory point to other ancient sites that are also located along ley lines, such as Stonehenge, the Nazca lines in Peru, and the megalithic structures of Teotihuacan in Mexico. Could it be that these seemingly disparate cultures shared a common understanding of the Earth's energy grid, and that the pyramids were part of a global system designed to harness and distribute this energy? If so, the implications are staggering. Not only would this suggest that ancient civilizations were far more interconnected than we currently believe, but it would also imply that they possessed a level of technological sophistication that rivals our own. Some conspiracy theorists argue that this knowledge has been deliberately suppressed, as it would disrupt the current power structures and challenge the prevailing narrative of human history. The Anunnaki connection. Giants, gods, or visitors from the stars. To understand the role of giants in ancient history, we must delve into the mythology of the Sumerians, one of the earliest known civilizations. According to Sumerian texts, the Anunnaki were a race of powerful beings who descended from the heavens to earth. These beings were said to be both gods and giants, towering over humans and possessing incredible knowledge and abilities. Some scholars argue that the Anunnaki were not merely mythical figures but actual physical entities who once ruled over humanity. The most controversial interpretation of the Anunnaki myth comes from the work of Zecharia Sitchin, who claimed that the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial beings from a distant planet called Nibiru. According to Sitchin, these beings came to Earth to mine gold, which they needed to sustain their planet's atmosphere. To carry out this labor, the Anunnaki allegedly created a hybrid race, humans, by mixing their own DNA with that of early hominids. Sitchin's theories have been widely dismissed by mainstream scholars, but they have gained a significant following among conspiracy theorists and alternative historians. The idea that extraterrestrial beings may have played a role in the development of human civilization is not as far-fetched as it might seem. After all, many ancient cultures, from the Sumerians to the Egyptians and the Mayans, depict gods descending from the sky and imparting knowledge to humanity. Could these gods have been visitors from another planet or dimension? If the Anunnaki were real, it is possible that they were the giants described in various ancient texts. Their advanced technology and knowledge of the cosmos could explain how ancient civilizations were able to construct monumental structures like the pyramids. Moreover, the idea that humans were created as a hybrid species would account for the sudden and rapid development of intelligence and culture that seems to occur around 5,000 years ago, an event known as the Great Leap Forward in evolutionary history. Megalithic structures, evidence of giant builders. Beyond Egypt, there are countless examples of megalithic structures around the world that defy explanation. These sites often feature stones so large and heavy that even modern machinery would struggle to move them. One such site is Baalbek in Lebanon, home to the Temple of Jupiter and the massive trilithon stones. These stones weigh over 1,000 tons each, and their placement has puzzled archaeologists for centuries. How could an ancient civilization have moved these colossal blocks without the use of advanced technology or machinery? One theory is that giants, such as the Nephilim or the Anunnaki, were responsible for these constructions. With their immense strength, these beings would have been capable of lifting and moving stones that are beyond the capabilities of ordinary humans. Alternatively, some suggest that the ancients possessed a form of anti-gravity technology, which allowed them to manipulate the weight of objects and transport them with ease. While this may sound like science fiction, there are intriguing clues that suggest it may have been possible. For instance, the ancient Egyptian priest Manetho wrote about the use of a mysterious force called Heka, which was said to be a form of magical energy that could manipulate matter. This force, according to Manetho, allowed the Egyptians to move massive stones with little effort. Could Heka have been an early description of anti-gravity technology? If so, it raises the possibility that the ancients were not only giants but also masters of physics in ways we no longer understand. The role of sound in ancient technology. One of the more unusual but intriguing theories about how the ancients moved megalithic stones involves the use of sound. According to this theory, ancient civilizations may have developed a form of acoustic levitation, using sound waves to lift and transport large objects. While this idea may seem far-fetched, there is scientific evidence to suggest that sound can indeed influence physical matter. In recent experiments, researchers have been able to levitate small objects using high-frequency sound waves. The principle behind this phenomenon is that sound waves exert pressure on objects, and under the right conditions, this pressure can counteract the force of gravity. While modern scientists have only been able to levitate small objects, it is possible that the ancients, with their advanced knowledge of acoustics, were able to scale up this technology to move massive stones. There are several historical accounts that lend credibility to this idea. In the 1930s, Swedish engineer Dr. Jarl claimed to have witnessed Tibetan monks levitating large stones using the sound produced by drums and trumpets. According to Jarl, the monks positioned themselves in a semicircle around the stone and began chanting while playing their instruments. After a few minutes, the stone began to rise and floated through the air to its intended destination. While Jarl's account has never been officially verified, it is consistent with other reports of acoustic levitation from ancient cultures. The Egyptians, for example, were known to use chants and music in their construction rituals. Could it be that they were not just invoking the gods, but also tapping into the power of sound to manipulate matter? The cover-up: why has this knowledge been hidden? If giants, advanced technologies, and lost knowledge truly existed in the ancient world, why has this information been hidden from the public? The answer may lie in the vested interests of powerful institutions, from governments to religious organizations, that have a stake in maintaining the current version of history. Acknowledging the existence of advanced ancient civilizations would undermine the narrative of human progress, which holds that modern society represents the pinnacle of human achievement. Moreover, revealing the existence of advanced technologies such as anti-gravity devices or acoustic levitation would have profound implications for our understanding of physics and engineering. It could render many modern technologies obsolete and disrupt entire industries. For this reason, it is possible that governments and scientific institutions have deliberately suppressed evidence of these technologies to maintain the status quo. There is also the possibility that powerful secret societies such as the Freemasons or the Illuminati have been involved in the cover-up. These groups are often accused of hoarding ancient knowledge and using it to manipulate global events. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the symbols and rituals of these societies are derived from the ancient mystery schools of Egypt and Sumer, where initiates were taught the secrets of the universe. If this is true, then it is likely that these societies are actively working to prevent the public from learning the truth about our ancient past. As we examine the many anomalies surrounding ancient civilizations, from the towering pyramids to the mysterious accounts of giants, one thing becomes clear: the official narrative of human history is incomplete. The sheer scale and complexity of ancient structures like the Great Pyramid of Giza, the precision of megalithic sites like Baalbek, and the cryptic texts found in ancient civilizations hint at a far more sophisticated past than we have been led to believe. For centuries, we have been taught that human civilization developed slowly and steadily, starting from primitive beginnings and gradually evolving into the complex societies we see today. Yet the evidence suggests otherwise. From tales of the Anunnaki and Nephilim to the advanced geometric and astronomical knowledge encoded within ancient monuments, we are confronted with the possibility that ancient humans, or perhaps other beings, possessed knowledge that surpasses even our current understanding. If giants did indeed walk the earth, they may have been responsible for the construction of many of the world's great monuments. Their extraordinary strength, combined with forgotten technologies, would explain how such massive stones were moved and arranged with precision beyond our current capabilities. Skeletal remains and mythological texts provide tantalizing clues, yet these findings have been marginalized or hidden, often by institutions that have a vested interest in preserving the status quo. Whether it's the Smithsonian allegedly covering up discoveries of giant skeletons or the dismissal of ancient texts that speak of advanced beings, a pattern of suppression emerges. Equally compelling is the idea that ancient civilizations had access to advanced technologies now lost to time. Theories of acoustic levitation, anti-gravity devices, and energy grids powered by the pyramids point to a profound understanding of the natural world that we are only beginning to rediscover. The intricate alignment of ancient structures with cosmic bodies and geographic locations further underscores the likelihood that these civilizations possessed a level of scientific and engineering knowledge that rivals or exceeds our own. But why has this knowledge been hidden? If ancient civilizations were capable of harnessing energy from the earth, constructing massive monuments with ease, and understanding the cosmos in ways that we still struggle to grasp, it would disrupt the foundation of modern science, technology, and industry. Such revelations would challenge the notion of progress as we know it, suggesting instead that humanity has undergone cycles of advancement and decline. Moreover, the involvement of secret societies and powerful institutions in the suppression of this knowledge cannot be ruled out. These organizations, often shrouded in mystery themselves, may be preserving ancient wisdom for their own purposes. The symbols of groups like the Freemasons are deeply rooted in ancient Egyptian and Sumerian iconography, hinting that they may hold the keys to understanding the secrets of the past. If these societies are indeed the gatekeepers of lost knowledge, their role in shaping world events could be far more significant than we imagine. However, we are now at the dawn of a new era of discovery. With the rise of independent researchers, alternative historians, and advancements in technology, more people are beginning to question the mainstream narrative of history. The use of ground-penetrating radar, remote sensing, and other cutting-edge technologies is revealing previously hidden chambers and anomalies within ancient structures. The discovery of the void in the Great Pyramid, for example, suggests that we have only scratched the surface of what these monuments can tell us. As this movement gains momentum, the possibility of a paradigm shift in our understanding of history grows stronger. The time may come when the mysteries of ancient civilizations are fully uncovered, and humanity can reclaim the lost knowledge of our ancestors. Whether this involves the rediscovery of forgotten technologies, the revelation of a race of ancient giants, or the recognition of extraterrestrial or interdimensional influences on human history, the implications will be profound. In conclusion, the pyramids and other megalithic structures around the world are more than mere architectural wonders. They are the physical remnants of a lost epoch in human history, an epoch where giants may have walked among us, and civilizations wielded technologies that now seem like the stuff of legend. As we continue to explore these mysteries, we must remain open to the possibility that the past is far more complex and extraordinary than we ever imagined. The search for truth has only just begun, and the answers may change not only our understanding of history but also our future as a species. What lies beneath the sands of Egypt and the stones of ancient temples is not just the legacy of a forgotten civilization. It is the key to unlocking the mysteries of our own existence. The time has come to ask the difficult questions, to challenge the accepted version of history, and to explore the extraordinary possibilities that the ancients left behind. In doing so, we may rediscover the true potential of humanity and the incredible achievements of those who came before us.